Okay.
Hey, look at this thing.
What do we got? We got tied first two. Nice. All right, got word. EU Hub. They said sure. They said we're going to do game 1 of this series and pass it over.
Look at this. TaskUs Titans trying to hide their picks. They're putting the Wind Ranger behind the Tide Hunter.
They'll forget what we picked. They won't counter our Wind Ranger. And they love this Shadow Shaman. They pick it, and GoDz normally plays it. He loves playing it first two. They were getting it banned in the last series against them, but I'm not sold it's a hero you should be scared of. I think it's actually a pretty weak laning hero.
I mean, it's sort of that... Ooh.
This is a hard counter to Shadow Shaman. Shaman has no defensive way to play against Familiars, and Familiars destroy your Serpent Wards. 2 Familiars can clear out all your Serpent Wards. And
how does it count with the attacks?
Just like a hero attack.
Really?
Yeah.
Those are pretty swift, too.
Yeah. Same as Illusion, same as hero attacks. I think everything for Serpent Wards counts as... There's nothing that counts as like half an attack with Serpent Wards. Even like creeps. Lane creeps will two-shot Serpent Wards, which is annoying because sometimes you're trying to like, hit them and lane creeps come in and like, get away from my Serpent Wards.
Gotta get those ones. Yeah, that's really tough then. And other heroes that deal with Visage, I mean, Tusk, you can kind of stay alive a little bit.
Yeah, it's okay. Mirana's okay with the leap away. I'm not.
The Sigil works against them, right?
Yeah, should affect the birds. It's one of these things like the Visage isn't going to be their win condition here either, so you don't want to go all in on countering it and expect like it's not like a. It could be a Visage draft. They go Drow Visage, sure, but most of the time you get a Visage and just play it as that like Lycan-esque pushing carry, and then get like your true carry in your other core role.
They take the Ember for Entity. This was the classic for Pinvinchik.
They're going to go Tinker. So Tinker, Visage, we saw this. I can't remember who it was doing this. I remember seeing quite a bit of it. I think it was Liquid were doing it during Super Major, maybe. Okay. They'd have like the Boots of Travel and Familiars. Just good synergy there. Visage wants to chase heroes with birds and Grave Chill. Tinker, you know, he complements it. He's chasing with them. Having a TP vehicle makes Tinker that much scarier. And also Lane Dominator versus Ember. They picked Ember here with counter picks available. But Black has the last pick, so we'll see what he gets his hands on. I imagine it will not be a Spectre because that will be banned.
And I like this. You've got all these different ways to shoot people from really far away. You got Wind Ranger Power Shot, you got Visage Familiars to chase, you've got Tinker Rockets. Like, this is going to be an annoying draft to deal with.
If they leave Spectre in the pool, it's because they think they can destroy the lanes. Because as much as Spectre can counter Tinker, it is a tough Tide Wind Ranger lane. Gush plus right clicks, Orb Venom on a Wind Ranger, power shots, and you haven't got that Warlock. If you had Warlock, I would say, yeah, you ban Spectre, but with Shaman plus Spectre, that lane sounds weak.
That sounds like a dead Shaman.
I think you could leave it in the pool, but it's safer not to. I would side with banning it, but I think there is an argument that you could leave it in the pool just because you feel like you're going to win even despite it being there.
You'd have to take something else here that really pushes the tempo and like fully pressures them out.
And their last pick in their support, I guess, why not? Doesn't really matter. Unless Visage is a support, that is possible. I haven't seen enough of this team to know.
Or is it a Raging Potato hero?
I think he plays the Wind Ranger, and it'll be like Rio's their 5 position, so maybe he would play the Visage. I can't imagine Raging Potato play, but could be wrong.
Played that Chen earlier. Got the Midas, you
yeah,
remember?
Yeah. I don't think he. Yeah, I think he has no problem with the micro aspect. I just, for some reason, didn't think that would be a hero he'd want to play. But you're right, he did play Chen, so don't see why not. More likely, it is a support, and it's a Bane. You know, just casual 5th pick Bane, still in the pool, strong laner. Seems pretty good to me.
Man, so Visage safe lane.
Yep, Visage. Maybe you could even... I guess you don't want to tri-lane. You can dual lane, have some strong dual lanes with the Tide. If you tri-lane, maybe you do aggro tri-lane and try and... Depending what this carry is how you kind of set your lanes. I think right now Titans actually leave their lanes a bit open based on how greedy Black's hero of choice will be.
I feel like Entity kind of leaving, not having a lot of deep push here. I guess some...
Not terrible, not great. Tusk later on with the snowball damage can clear waves. Ember, Maelstrom, Mirana Maelstrom.
I guess all of it depends on you getting into the lane to do it, and that makes you vulnerable.
Okay, it's Slack, the hunting hero. This hero is pretty good against Visage. You do need a BKB at some point, so you don't get just chain stunned by birds when you go on the Visage, but you can break the Gravekeeper's cloak very easily with Dark Pact. Black also plays a ton of Visage. It was, me and him were geeking out because we both love playing this hero in pubs, and he's like, yeah, I love winning with this hero. It just feels so good playing Visage. So he also, which means he knows what is good against it, which heroes are annoying. So Slark is definitely one of them, and it will be Raging Potato Visage.
Wow.
Do they swap the roles based on that pick? Because normally Gemberlu is their core player, right?
Yeah, as far as I'm aware.
That's what I thought was how this team played.
I mean, if he doesn't play it, then Raging Potato definitely somebody that's known for being able to swap roles.
Yeah, this guy's happy to go back mid. I'm opening up their recent games just to make sure he has been playing support for those games. I'm pretty sure that was the case. So against RRQ, it was indeed Raging Potato played Io. It was James playing mid, and then Skimberloo playing the carry. Right? That's normally how they do it.
Prepare for a lesson.
So maybe it's a carry Bane. No, maybe
Probably
not.
Probably not. Raging Potato plays the Wind Ranger in another game. This is support Wind Ranger. So yeah, did they swap it? They did not. Raging Potato playing the safe lane farmer. Skemberloo's like, I don't play Visage, bro. And they're going to swap roles here in a deciding BO3. That's bold.
I mean, this is the Southeast Asia Dota way, though. I feel like I see this all the freaking time with them.
Yep. Yeah, they've got some incredibly individually talented players. And a lot of core players in Southeast Asia. Definitely what they're known for. Carry / mid or feed. Let's go.
Sometimes and, not or.
Yeah. Yeah, the joke with their pubs is that no one plays support, which is a great way to gain MMR. You go there, you play support, and, well, that's already one better than the other team has in many games. But we'll see how these lanes go. RR playing the Tide with the Wind Ranger. This dual lane looks pretty scary. Rio's, that means he's playing 4-position Wind Ranger instead of the 5. He's got that Orb of Venom, Mangoes, Tangos, all that good stuff.
And they're fully pressing forward for this, so we'll be able to get 2 traded out, although Hestajo moving in. They do have a Nightmare available if they want to skill it or just Brain Sap and force him away. And, well, guess what? Got jukes for days.
Yeah. He did get a Bounty Rune at least for it, but took quite a lot of damage. Has some Tangos. We'll see how he does here. Bane is maybe even going to come and harass him even more. He can go behind the tower. Creep waves won't aggro.
Oh, nice stuff here.
Annoying. It means he doesn't get a body block. He will get back to his tower, so Bane is going to have to go around the long way and Tango himself out.
Is that 2 trees he has to go through?
I think so. Maybe should have just tanked. You can get by. Yeah, I think he realized he's just going to tank a tower shot. I'm pretty sure you can take 2 shower shots. Yeah, it's not too bad. Not the end of the world. You've got Brain Sap. Top lane, while this is going on, we're getting distracted by Bane plays. There's been a first blood and a tip. They were tipping in their previous game. Maybe there's some beef here.
Oh, you only get 10 tips per week? Is that right? Or something like that? A certain amount of them?
Maybe.
So got to save them for the real games.
Yep. Entity. Perhaps. Yeah. Feel like this is the game. This is the game to get in people's heads. Top lane, another kill coming, another eye shots, and Ryu does not have win run. He's been pounced on as well. They're getting these kills with the trial lane. They're going to get this one for Noya. Kill after kill. Tide unable to help, and this is the problem with this level 1 power shot. Often you see Wind Rangers hold their skill point until they know which one they need, and when you're against a trial lane, you really need that defensive win run.
Skemberloo here. Just again, they went for the glyph on the tower. There's a big creep wave through here. Also, as are going to try and soak up whatever experience he can, but it's a long walk back for the Wind Ranger. And he does get level 2. Holding the point for now. They could go for some type of a gushy play.
What are they going to look for? There's 3 heroes up here. I think even the gush doesn't just feel as nice when it's a tri-lane versus dual lane. Unless they get way too aggressive on you.
Takes it. This could mean that they just find the kill on Tidehunter now, though, as he is going to be caught there and snowball everything.
No Kraken. not taking any reduced damage in. I think they understood that this tied Wind Ranger lane is going to be problematic. If they dual lane, they're just going to straight up lose it. And for a team that wants to play around black and give them a good game, that's unacceptable. So they just go 3v2. Hestejo left to fend for himself.
Fairy fires!
Oh! Jamesy gets the kill first, though.
Whoa!
That was a
The
crazy
other
battle.
thing is that's the full creep wave pushing in here, too. So I guess Tinker, well, he'll get back in time for the range creep at the very least. Man. Hype stuff there.
Yep.
Jamesy making it happen.
Oh, look, Mirana having a very rough time down bottom, as you would expect. Has got level 3 with 4 CS. I think that is honestly about all you can expect to get here. Try and use an arrow here and there to maybe farm some newts. I feel like he should have stopped by the big camp on the way back to base just because he had an arrow available, but he's not getting much farm. Top lane again.
They got him.
Yep.
Rio are in trouble. They're actually saving
still level
the
1.
shackles, and they're going to use it instead
Think
on the
it's a kill?
Tide Hunter, trying to
There's
TP
TP,
away
yeah.
from there. Ah, he's good.
He's a level 1 Wind Ranger. Does not have Wind Run. He's just chain feeding.
And he's signed. All right, I'm going to come mid. Let's try and kill this guy instead. This is the give up on a lane type of thing. He did get level 2 here with it now, so we'll see if he decides to try to just place these wards and make a better life for himself. Oh, he could go for a shackle play. Ah, he levels it up.
Okay.
It does
Got
connect.
it.
There you
Nicely
go.
played. Well done. Immediate. He had that tip ready to go. He's like, you motherfucker. You tipped me. He was the first one to tip Rio.
Oh, now he's
Yeah.
lock-mock-talk-a-togging him.
Oh, yeah. That's what I like to see. There was some good trash talk in Europe. There was one of the games, like right when I got home, I watched, and
Yeah.
as GG was called, there was some serious trash talk going down. Like, these teams had mega beef. It was one of the games that LD and Sin was doing, because that was fun to watch. You know, I feel like we need more beef and more drama in Dota.
I agree. I mean, NA Optic isn't in these qualifiers. It's a problem. I got one of the two.
Yeah, Optic can't play all 6 regions.
Well, they're trying to set up here. See if they can make this happen. Or they're running mid. Okay, they want a little bit of action back the
They're
other
like,
way.
you tilt our mid, we're going to tilt yours right back. All right, the tip's going to come.
Snowball through, the TP
Bane
in for
TP.
Bane. It's not going to
Should be
happen.
too late. Yeah.
This is a death for him, too.
And they get ping check. He's dying to tower. Ooh.
That's pretty big.
Yeah. Bane gets some solo XP for it.
They're going to end up gapping the wand again, and they'll take
has a fairy
down the
fire.
Bane. Maybe, possibly a snowball in 2. They get it.
Shaman with that 82 damage. Just enough to get the kill. Nicely played. Pretty even laning stage early game, but once Visage hits level 6, we're in for some towers crumbling, I feel. That's when this Titans draft starts to look pretty scary.
See Rio again, trying to get in range. They do leap away. Maybe a little worried about the shackle.
Yeah, that was his last leap as well for a little while. Raging Potato already has Medallion, so going for the Medallion before the Helm. Oh, nice shackle.
Good bits of damage
that
there.
medallion with
No
it.
more leap.
One more right click, he has it in a second.
Oh,
Just barely gets
power
away.
shot in 4.
He's too far, looks like. Could have maybe thrown it at the shrine. I feel like you should go for that one. But it's a bit late as he's already healed up. DD room for Ember. He's going to get there first.
Did have level 6. Could have thought about going for that Wind Ranger, but didn't know where everybody else was.
She actually doesn't have Wind Run too. It would have most likely been a kill, but better safe than sorry. And if you commit too many remnants or don't have mana, suddenly Visage rotates and you just die to birds. They're going to go for another kill down bottom. Hestejo's dead. Shackle. Familiars.
Level 6. There's the tip.
Dude, it's 200 tip. Damn. Send some my way, Rio.
What level is he? 1500. Okay. Settle down now.
Well, he wanted the voice line, the Pinoy voice line.
Ah, of course.
Makan Malak, whatever it is.
We can't say it.
I
I
time
messed it up earlier.
butcher it every time I try.
Yeah. It's kind of an interesting way to play the Wind Ranger, though. We haven't seen much of the
Yeah.
1-2-0 build.
if he stayed in lane, he would have won a win run, but he just started roaming. He's like, this lane, they lost top lane so hard they actually had to leave.
Yeah.
Which means Tide is just playing defensive. He's going to have to go jungle a bit, and Wind Ranger is roaming, which has worked out well. Wind Ranger's got a kill mid, has helped get a kill bottom. The question is just going to be, how does Tide get farm and XP? Because right now the Dire side is getting much better overall distribution. They've got about 1,000 experience lead, and they're getting more and more kills. Even though the gold is even, the XP is favoring Entity right now.
Yeah, Tide is definitely having a very tough game, and will continue to for the foreseeable future.
It's just a hero that will slow down your game plan, because Tide is going to just be telling his team, I got to catch up, I got to farm, get my levels, and if you can't do that, you don't feel good.
Uh-oh, Raging Potato in some trouble there. Going to tank an arrow, and with the birds coming back up again, we'll see if they can get out of there. But
if you kill birds, they got one. They won't get the second, I don't believe. They're snowballing forward. Jeez, they actually may get this. But he didn't bring any teammates, yeah. Even so, just one bird is a decent extra 100 gold. Well played, punching the Visage. Very easy hero to gank once you have numbers, and if you can either slow or lock her down.
We haven't really seen, as the rotation is going to fail mid, not much more in the way of rotations from Wind Ranger. Now has a point in Wind Run. Could make something happen here.
Tinker's almost got his boots of travel. Moonlight Shadow used just to save his life. As Hestejo will get back to safety.
Oh, look at Black here. He wants it. He's thinking about it, but thinks better of it.
Yep.
Ooh, almost getting him. Rior chasing for this one.
Ooh. Yeah, the regen rune. He won't get any value out of it. Now he's going to pay for this with his life.
Oh.
Oh, will he? No missiles for another 12 seconds, so Xe gets back out. Jamesy wants to finish his travels, does do so before he goes back to base, so needs another level before he can get Rearm, which he also may want to do, but can't really find it in the mid lane, so we'll see him walk back, and then he can boots to travel to a lane, so he doesn't need the Rearm right now.
Raging Potato close to that Helm of the Dominator. It looks like he will be able to get it by that 10-minute mark.
Always important if you want to be pushing towers, and I think this is one of those heroes you really just want siege creeps for the most part. You have so many things that you're already microing. Well, 2 birds, but it's quite a lot with the stuns that he'll get the Centaur for now, but I wouldn't be surprised to see him try and go grab a siege creep when they come out. The Helm should be back up in time for that.
Black level 9. Compare that right now. He is the highest level in the game. Having a very nice time on this Slark, and pretty much free farm, top of the net worth by a large margin.
It's going very fast. Shadowblade doesn't get there for the bounty runes. I feel like that was a bit sloppy and lazy not contesting them, considering they had 2 heroes in the neighborhood. They could have gotten those top bounty runes, but not the end of the world. Hestejo has an arrow. Will want to take out this Helm of the Dominator creep. Can he get it? He does. Plus 200.
Jeez.
Another reason why Mirana's risen in popularity is that change to Helm of the Dominator. When heroes still buy this item, and it is still such an amazing item, Mirana being able to get a free 200 gold like that is pretty damn amazing. Definitely. You have to micro those neutrals very well to avoid it.
Again, going to force back the leap, and she starts to tear through those birds, but
he's going to dominate this siege creep, and will it get arrowed afterwards? He's like, you got to juke with it. He picks it up and immediately like jukes for his life.
God,
they want to push bottom. They want to scare this Mirana off and get this tower. There we go.
There's the grip. Skemberlu is going to take some damage for it, but
he committed the TP. He should be dead here.
The shackles. Okay.
Enough damage to get Skemberlu, and they will definitely get one tower. Here comes the rotation from behind, though. Will they get punished for this? They may not even get the tower if the rotation comes fast enough.
Good plays all around.
Tinker's coming back, though.
Tinker trying to take them down, and they blow up the Ember almost. Is he dead?
Too much physical damage.
All right.
Birds are kept alive as well. Hestejo TP's in, and needs to be careful. He doesn't want to get caught here. The arrow will not catch the siege creep, so they're keeping the siege creep alive. They lose the front one, but they've got a second one. Tier 1 tower should still be dead. Dire team do have... Oh no, do not have their fort. They just used it. It's a scan they have.
Just like that. They managed to get... Oh, the arrow hit the siege creep.
Nice play.
400 gold there for the Mirana in the last couple minutes.
That's a hero kill. Gold at least, maybe not experience, but very nicely done.
And important, because she's pretty far behind right now. Hestejo not having a great time.
both offlaners really struggling. Hestejo's struggling because he was solo. There was no dual lanes. This is one of those rare games where teams did not dual lane. Tide struggling for the same reason. He was against a tri lane in a 2v3, and his lane lost hard, much like Mirana lost her lane hard. This is why the metagame kind of shifted away from this, because you want to make sure you can go even / win as many lanes as possible. But Entity forced a different setup, and I think it has maybe thrown Titans a little bit off, because this Tide only just hit level 6 and is somewhat under farm. But luckily, he's getting all this alone time. The Visage can be the space creator. That kind of enables him.
Black finding RR here, does have Ravage available, but we'll go down too quickly.
That's a great kill. You see this hero alone, you know he's trying to just farm up, get his Blink Dagger or mech, whatever item it is, and you just punish him over and over again. Raging Potato Man, you be careful with that tornado. You may find yourself getting DQ'd if you're not careful.
Chase it down, kill off the people. Why not?
That's all right. It's just creep waves.
Exactly. If they walk into it, that's the strat, though. You walk in and DQ
Admin,
the other
please.
team.
This tornado hit me. What do you mean that rule was removed? I only read the rules 3 days ago.
Yeah. Glyph here to, I guess, keep the pressure on the tower as well. Do the secondary glyph.
Trade 2 towers for a tier 1 bottom, it looks like, but Slark, this is where he's kind of weak. He doesn't go well into this 5-man play. Doesn't have any way to also fight into March that well. So when they're like 5-manning down mid with March, he's just like, I can't do much. He's going to now creep skip the wave mid. I feel like he should have, if he recognized this push coming, done it like 1 wave sooner. But it's not the end of the world. He may actually snipe this courier. No, it's going down bottom.
Although you do have another hero down here. That's the Tusk. It's going to be hard
Slark
to do that.
get anyone on the retreat? Doesn't look like it's Sentry Ward. He's about to walk into it if he goes in the river.
There is a DD there as well, though. Pretty tasty. So I feel like this is going to be a really good test for Entity Gaming, because TaskUs Titans are a very, very accomplished squad. You know, people might not have recognized the name that much going into it, but it's full of really solid SCA players, and more importantly than that, it's a really well-designed team. And Entity has consistently kind of played these like greedish type of roles. Hestejo playing on these farming heroes. He hasn't really gotten the same farm that we've seen in some of the other games. I want to see how they deal with not just getting a walkover win.
Yeah, this is going to be that kind of true first test. The even game right now, but this is definitely the game where Blackie's played well, but he needs to continue stepping it up.
Yeah, and another creep split here. They drop down a ward too, so we can see when the creep wave's coming in, and they're just cutting all the creep waves. You can see that they're pressuring the bottom tower. Titans are sort of playing in the dire jungle, but they're just dodging fights. They know what they need to do. 4 protect 1. And make sure, I guess the Ember adds into that a little bit in the late game, but they're doing a good job of just avoiding the fights when they need to.
I think split push approach is the right way to play this, because the 5-man with Visage Tide is just something you can't mess around with. Slark just wants pickoffs. He's got just about enough for his Echo Saber, but he may even be considering a fast BKB, because until he has BKB, they can't really team fight. I think he's asking himself and his team, like, do we need it now, or can I get this Echo Saber? And he's going to get the Echo Saber. We'll almost certainly go BKB next. I'd be very surprised if he doesn't. And the split push continues. Serpent Wards they will use for the tier 1 bottom, now on the tier 2. We haven't seen any team fights or any real contested pushes when these Serpent Wards are being dropped. Both teams are just trading towers, and that, to me, is better for Entity, because they're the lineup that is just looking to buy time.
Yeah,
They're going to get mega value out of BKBs. They're against Tide and Tinker. Their lineup with BKB timings is very strong. With that said, it's only really Slark who's going to likely have a fast-ish BKB. The Mirana wants to finish a Maelstrom before BKB, which I think is fine. And you need that farming item before you can get it. Ember, same thing, wants a Maelstrom. It's not really a hero that rushes BKB. Potential grip, but Noi is there in the trees, so he can't actually grip him. Where's the snowball? Okay, actually Dark Packs it off. That was a little bit risky for a second.
Definitely.
GoDz, they need to get out. May just see him TP on the high ground.
They got a shards here to block too.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, though, they see a retreating Raging Potato and RR.
Black find anything. RR has a TP. Cancel is going to catch some birds.
It's pretty big.
He's got to resummon.
You could shackle these, I guess.
Should just be resummoning rather than feeding this gold. There we go. He resummons. Wow, Visage is only level 10, now level 11. I feel like you should at least have the level 2 birds by now, but I guess Ember, same thing, level 11. It just feels like we're past 17 minutes. All these tier 2s are dying, you know?
Yeah.
Feels like we're 20 plus minutes in, but we are still in the early game.
A lot of trades going on. You can see that even though they haven't been able to fight, as we've said, it's split pushing. This mid-tier 1 tower, I think, is still a thorn in the side of Entity Gaming. And they'd love to be able to take that down, but it's not easy. Really good vision all around this area here, but it's a hard game for them at this point, as we've talked about.
Yeah, they can't just go down a lane unless they see enemy heroes. They don't have any interest in fighting into the team fight. That is Titans. And this Tinker continue to farm pretty well. Isn't looking like the scariest of Tinkers as of yet, but he's going to be able to get that Hex later on, which could be the answer to Slark.
Yeah, we've seen that as a second item in the last couple of games as well, after the early ones on. And I think the earlier, I mean, you still want to make sure that you get some of the farming-oriented items. So maybe Kaya is the first pickup?
Yeah, I guess that's what the Robe of the Magi is for. I was a bit surprised. Not that often you see the Kaya pickup still. Every Tinker seems to have their own preferred build. Some get Aether Lens, some don't. Some get Kaya, some don't. If it's an Axe game, like Axe is just kind of universal, although not like a buy every game. This game against the Slark, you may not, and Ember, you may not consider it needed.
Smoke underneath a ward. They hit the scan afterwards, and Black should be backing out now. Looks like he's going to play it safe. Is he going in right now?
He's trying to Shadow Blade in, but he walks into a sentry. Immediate Dark Pact.
Playing it safe, and the side lane's pushing.
They're going to go Roche instead. This is something I feel they should have done sooner. They want to force team fights because they have the better team fight draft. The best way to force team fights is just to walk into Roche sometimes. This is what newbie love to do. They're just a team that when they have an advantage, they'll walk into Roche in the most obvious way because they don't care if opponents come. But Roche Clap and Power Shot actually just got everyone pretty low, so it doesn't look like Roche is going to go down too easily.
Yeah, it was the shards, too, that spotted it, so that scares them off a little bit here.
They need some kind of good sustain, and the problem is they haven't gotten any mech or Urn, it looks like. They've got an Urn, but no charges.
Right.
And the Tide going for this Blink build is saying, let's get initiation, but if you're going to go for a Roche, you need that defensive tool.
Just like that, we might be seeing the first kill of the game, although they have a Ravage available if they want to use it. The Power Shot, as well as the Shackles, interrupts that. 1 for 1.
Sports trading lives as carries go back to farming. Black. Let's go Silver Edge. I mean, there has not been any fighting. I thought he'd get a BKB just because they need that to team fight, but he says we don't need a team fight, period. So, not going to get it yet. We'll queue it up as his next item. Silver Edge, very good against the Tide. Good at breaking the... I'm not sure of the exact interaction against Gravekeeper's Cloak, because you build up the charges, so...
Right.
I'm not sure if it actually breaks it. It may break the recovery of them.
That seems like the type of interaction it would have, yeah.
But you've already got the stack. It's like, Timbersaw, if you already have the stacks, you get to keep them.
But obviously, if you're getting hit by the Silver Edge, you probably burn through those pretty quickly as well.
Yeah. So. Exactly, yeah. You'll lose them and then not recover them for a little bit longer until the Silver Edge wears off.
So,
in theory. Who knows?
2 kills in the past, what's this been now? Pretty long time.
Yeah, slow, split push. Not really, I wouldn't say slow game, but a very split pushy, tactical game. No one wants to fight each other. I mean, Radiant kind of want to take a fight, but they're not going to go... You start losing the game if you just chase Entity around the map, because you're not going to catch them enough. Ember and Slark, they're going to see you coming with Slark, particularly at nighttime. They're going to have good map control with vision from the Slark in theory. And Ember just very elusive. So if you start chasing them and you don't get kills, you start losing the game if you're Titan. So, okay. Is there a shackle? There's nothing to shackle on. Creeps died to the Ravage.
Oh, that was not the way that was supposed to go.
Yeah, I think he thought he'd get a Ravage into a shackle, which was a good idea if he didn't blow up the creep wave, but...
Did he anchor smash afterwards, too?
Did not. Oh, that's what I was wondering, too. I didn't see that. Maybe that if so, that was the mistake.
Yeah, because I don't think a Ravage kills the creep wave on its own, but...
There was March as well, I want to say.
Yeah.
Do a little quick rewind, see what happens.
Well, nonetheless, it's a failed initiation. Ravage down now, and I don't know if that necessarily changes the game plan at all for Entity Gaming, to be honest. It feels like maybe that means you're more confident going for like a wards drop or something, but you're not going to try and take a fight still, I don't think.
He did anchor smash.
Yeah.
Unfortunate. Well, a little bit unfortunate, a little bit misplay as well.
Yeah. Oh, there's a shackle, though. And GoDz. Stick and the urn. That's enough.
Shaman down.
Oh, he wasn't in range to get the urn charge, though.
Black's on the hunt again, coming towards mid. This time they're going to go into Roshan in a little bit of a better position with the pick-off. Arrow will scout it out, though.
They don't have Ravage.
Arrow hits the Visage as well.
They're fighting over here on the top side as well. They're trying to take down RR and doing a decent job of it, but that Tinker moving in, it makes it a little bit less likely that that's going to happen. The jump in, they tried to get in with the Aegis, but not able to do it. Instead, they just ended up losing the Mirana.
Entity need to be a little bit more cautious than this, I feel. They're going to find the Bane with the Slug. Should be able to get the free kill here. Nightmare defensively. Black was very patient with the Dark Pact and needs to Shadow Dance his way out of this one.
Trying to run, trying to escape, is going to be able to get the leap away, but the chase coming in from Tinker, they aren't going to be able to find him as of yet. There's no vision on Black, and he's actually thinking about going back in.
There's triple familiars, though. The Ag Scepter, you definitely need BKB against this, purely for the control, but also the damage output is pretty annoying. Not that the BKB will help there, but Slark's life without BKB is just not a happy one. Obviously, like BKB into Abyssal, either Abyssal or Sky. I'd like to see some kind of stat tanky item. The Vanguard aspect is... God, poor Shaman.
He didn't get the D word, and that means he's dead. That's how that works.
Yeah. But the Vanguard aspect of Abyssal is pretty nice against the Familiars, as is, you know, the stats from Skadi, the armor you get there. And you definitely need to itemize a bit for the Familiars in a game like this. You're going to go BKB so you don't get stunned. Now you have to think, how do I not die to the physical damage?
The thing that's kind of tough about this is Black pings out the ward. So that it feels like their real only answer against a push down a lane is cutting the creep wave, because to a large extent, a lot of their D push requires them to be in lane and sort of put themselves at risk in a Bane grip, or obviously we've seen Tinker time and again just jump in. So I don't know if we're going to necessarily see Titans try and walk down a lane, but at least is a situation where with the Ag Scepter, you could finish off this last 2-2 very easily and at least make a push for it.
Yeah, we'll see that whether or not the Ags makes a difference. Right now, Jamesy, Hex queued up next, and a long way to go, but get away from the Slark who was coming in on him. Another reason why this Abyssal Blade post BKB sounds very good. It's just having a way to lock down Tinker.
Yeah.
Stop him TPing out from in front of you, stop him rearming potentially.
So here comes that push down bottom.
Yep.
They can take over the siege group if they want. Arrow gets onto the creep.
Not going to hit the Alpha Wolf he was gunning for. Needs to not let that Alpha Wolf die to the tower. Got a micro that one. Oh.
In time.
James, again, fights.
I mean, they dropped the ward still, though, so... Sorry, wrong press.
I don't know what's...
What the hell just happened?
I don't know how... He killed him at the... What killed him?
I guess...
Just died to a missile. I guess it followed him across the map or something?
Alright. Fair enough. But the pressure coming in, we talked about this. They're trying to chase in with Black, immediately breaking onto that Visage, and they do manage to kill him off. Scamberloo also under fire as the Nightmare is out. Snowball following it up. 2 dead already. Rio are starting to go down. They get the Ravage for the turnaround, but Black lives. And now he turns onto this Tide, going to be able to find a triple kill. 4 dead. Just like that.
Well, they got wiped there. That was such a good hold coming in from Entity. And they're the team that just wants to keep on holding, stalling out this game. So, fight like that. And that's the fight with, your big ultimates, your Ravage. You think it's going to go well, but Slot comes in, and with the BKB, this is that first BKB Slot fight. He's just so unstoppable with BKB, and he cleans up. The wrong press, by the way. I had a look. He accidentally typed GG on the chat wheel. So,
oh god!
I think he was trying to chat wheel taunt the Shaman because he just he killed him with the missiles and decided whoops, I accidentally misclicked GG.
That would be quite the thing. If they Just let that through. But anyways, BKB for Ember as well. We've seen these BKB timings from Entity a couple of different games now where they allow themselves to fight at that point, and it feels like when they feel like they know when the pressure is going to come.
Oh.
And then they make it happen. Denying the tower. Mid lane. Walks through a ward.
Yeah, not going to get the catch he was hoping for.
So 27.5 minutes in. Familiars will scout Black here. And will land the stun down. They got him caught for the moment. He manages to get it out again.
Just barely in time. Black very quick-fingered. Needing
and
that
holding
hex.
The BKB too.
True, yeah.
He's going to walk forward. Finds RR. Broken. No Ravage. They take him down. Grip, though, onto the Slark.
Should still be fine. Yeah, there was no backup at all for that grip, and that's just a +1 kill.
This ball is
got
starting
Serpent
to roll.
Wards and everything. They can, just go charging forward. Windranger's been rooted. Shackle doesn't actually land in. They are all in. They found +2 now.
Visage in trouble. They're also got the Shackles there onto Windranger.
Yep.
She's dead also. Ragey Potato, very tanky, but not tanky enough.
Tinkers
has
doesn't
to
want
Joe
anything to do with this.
with the triple kill, and they're killing off these birds as well.
Yep. Oh my. Visage dead for 40. None of these heroes have buyback. Roshan is not respawning anytime soon though, so don't know if they can go high ground even in a 4v1. Serpent Wards are there. Level 2 Serpent Wards are that. Maybe they try and do some damage. Slack is pinging this out. I think he was trying to pounce onto the high ground there, but
I don't know if Shaman can walk up high. Oh, God, no! Ah! They got him.
all right. Ah, lovely. 5-position life against Tinker. What a treat to play support.
Slark is up here. They know he's up here.
He just want to do some dewarding. Radiant Sentry goes down with another Observer. They just instantly reward it. So this every now and then, but yeah, if you've got wards to spare, you know, wherever you put your wards, they're going to be dewarded once again. So it doesn't really matter whether you ward the same spots or not. Slark finds them regardless. May as well do the best ward spots possible, which is, I think, a mentality not enough people use against Slark. Too many times people are like, oh, let's ward spots that don't get dewarded. Like, you're always thinking about that as a support, but against Slark, no. That logic goes out the window.
Yeah. It's rather unfortunate. I think that that's one of the least fun heroes to play, and the other one is Tinker. So they're both in this game. Support's not having a great time. Yeah. I kind of feel like it's, you know, you can point at this game and look at RR having a really tough time, but part of that is because the Windranger had to leave his lane so early and how disastrous that early start was, and she's been able to sort of pick up the slack a little bit in that regard.
Their dual lane, their tied Windranger lane was like combined 0-5 at like 8 minutes in or something.
Yeah.
You can see the lingering effects. Windranger's 1 and 5. Has 4 assists, tied though 0-5 with just 1 assist. RR is truly been in catch-up mode all game. That tri-lane up top just ruined him.
On Black, manages to find fine.
Being juked for now.
All right, they get him now.
We'll get him. He's going Lincoln's next, so wants to be able to deal with that Hex initiation. Obviously, there's plenty of ways to break it that Tinker can use, but it may save your life. Will not.
Take down the Ember.
Save Ember's lane, yeah. Down he goes. That was a Windranger Blink Hex, Blink Shackle initiation, and Ember goes down. He's got Lincolns. I feel like once you get like 2 to 3 Lincolns on this Dire team, it gets very hard for Titans again. Like right now, there's 0 Lincolns, but put 3 Lincolns in play, you're gonna have to be so good with how you use your spells and items to break those, and then followed up immediately with something that will hard disable them. The Hex, the Shackle needs to hit right after you break the Lincolns.
Well, and it looks like they're trying to get set up to make this push up on high ground yet again, and
Black is off to the side, but I don't think they'll rush into buying back here. They want to try and defend without Ember having to buy back.
can keep the pressure on. March the Machines out there as well. Black gets broke, but still alive, and they can take down this tier 3 here.
Yeah, Black doesn't want to go charging in because of that Lincoln's being down. So tier 3 goes down, which opens up shrines. They definitely don't want to go for more with Ember respawning. And things will settle down once again. going to see that kind of farming state. So for Dire Team, it's kind of that triple Lincolns is their next big timing this game. For Radiant, what do we got en route? They've got the Hex already on Tinker. Wind Ranger has a BKB queued up. Tide has a Greaves. I guess you can purge off the... Oh, this is being caught. They found a kill.
Nice play there. He just resummoned to try and...
Yeah, if he loses these...
This is terrible.
Yeah, you see that resummon. That's 2 minutes without birds. You'll get all 3.
Oh, wow.
But yeah, item-wise, the Radiant team has 2 BKBs coming, but they're not like major game changers. They're heroes that don't benefit from BKB a lot. Wind Ranger and Visage. Vicious BKB is pretty mediocre.
Very long respawn time on this Roshan, but still Radiant are going to check it, and they're able to find it. The Fiend's Grip there immediately taking down the Tusk, and the Ravage to turn it as well. It's on to 2. They break the Lincolns, the Hex to follow it up. They're starting to burn through Black. Can they kill him off in time? They need to focus this guy. He's almost dead in the duration. Power Shot's not there! He gets it off in time, and that is going to spell doom indeed as they try and take him down. Although Black, there's the Focus Fire. They still kill off Rior. Black is living. Oh, wow.
Oh, that power shot would have killed him. But the BKB. I want, like, how many frames were in between that BKB and that power shot? It looked like just a few. Black somehow stayed alive. They got on top of the Tinker, I guess, because Tinker was, like, dealing with Black with the Hexes. Now they're going to buy back, try and force his fight. Esajo, he's just being chain-stunned in the front lines. He barely stays alive. The Urn is still going to tick him low. Not low enough. Lives on 15 health. And Skemberlu dead as Pingvinchek will TP home, heal up, and probably come back with that Remnant.
Black.
He's got 25 Essence Shift, 75 bonus Agi, and uh-oh, Ember's back.
Yet again, they take this man down, and he can just heal back up again so quickly. He's back into this one.
He's going to sit here, Invis, go back in now that he feels healthy enough. Still no Tinker. They should be able to get a melee Rax here. Not sure if they go for more. Serpent Ward's a drop. That's definitely this melee Rex. If they wanted to go for a second lane, they probably would have saved those, so
He's
we'll
got 26 Essence Sift stacks. I mean, if they want a fake back here, this is also a play.
They last a long time, though. Actually, I don't know if he had the level 25 talent.
Off now.
Yeah. Some of them wear off. The level 25 talent adding 2-minute duration. But I think that only applies for new Essence Shift that you get.
Right. Wow, what a turnaround. And again, you just think about like 1 or 2 more hits there on that Slark while he was disabled, and that fight ends. Yeah. And you probably can run down a lane with that as well.
Yep. Aegis and Cheese now for this team. Who's grabbing the Aegis? Seems like neither of them initially thinks it's theirs, but it will be the Ember in the end. Black's pretty 6-slotted. I don't know. The Tread's... he wants the gem, I guess. He's not really 6-slotted. Can replace that gem, of course. Echo Saber's a pretty small item that you can upgrade from. But he doesn't feel like he needs the gem. The Aegis, sorry. He does want the gem.
The only one at level 25 as Ember is getting closer and closer. Probably with that, I guess, Sleight of Fist charges is still the best.
Smoking into the Aegis. They want to catch the Slark, ideally. But they've lost their gem from that previous fight, if I recall correctly. They have Dust and Sentries, but you just never feel like that's enough against a Slark or like a Shadow Blade at this stage, because he can react to like a Dust and just instantly ulti, for example.
You see this call out as well. They know exactly where they're at right now.
Yeah,
and
drawing lines and feeling like they have figured this one out. They did scan. I didn't see if... Did they hit them with the scan, do you know?
They did not. They scanned right here in the mid lane. But
Gotcha. But they see 0 heroes defending mid, which is a bit of a telltale sign that shenanigans are happening.
I wonder what's going on.
Yeah, why is no one defending? And Tinker will now come back and defend. Here we go. Fight's going to break out.
Black double Lincolns on him right there. They go for the first one. He's
birds melt. Fight's lost. You don't have birds. You don't have Visage. Tinker needs to get out. Goes north. Will chain blink his way out of there. Ryu luckily does not get caught out. Black will...
Although Joe Beezy's there.
Okay.
And they have been able to find him. And this should be a death now. And the tips, they continue.
Nice. They deward the high ground, so that gets taken out as well. Serpent Wards won't even use, so they should be able to even go for a second lane of Raxia with those. Don't see a way around it. Black's now passed over the gem. He wants bigger items as he picks up a Demon Edge. An MKB. Yep, MKB for the Wind Ranger.
Buyback status right now, Radiant hold on to 2, only 1 on the Dire side. Mostly it's because of gold, though, so if they can manage to take down some of these buildings, that would secure them buyback, but it might be a little bit risky going high ground again, but it's just, how do you kill these guys?
Good question. Slack, if you can, chain hex him somehow. Get a good Ravage off, Blink Ravage, and then follow up with a Hex. Because even if he Dark Packs the Ravage, if you're getting the Hex off, that will not be purged, so... yeah, we'll see.
We did see the other Lincolns passed over onto black as they ran into the fight, so maybe if they start to chain hex him, then you could do that with the Ember, pass that over to him and interrupt it.
They'll have to keep an eye on each other. If either gets hex, you got to assume maybe they might get chain hex, so you got to pass your Lincolns when it's up, though, so sometimes they'll both be getting broken.
Right.
Tinker's bought his Dagon. He's not got buyback. He's feeling like this game is in a place where he just needs all the damage he can get. Buying out.
He's not wrong.
Yep. But, I think the Visagers played decent, but this is kind of one of the problems. You swap your player roles and stuff. It just kind of throws off your game plan a bit. And, Ryu is playing 4-position Wind Ranger. He's normally the 5. He had to play in that duel. And he's the one that kind of caused this terrible start. He died 3 times at level 1 before he even skilled Wind Run. Yeah. I feel like that wouldn't happen if that was Raging Potato on that, because he's normally the 4-position Wind Ranger, and so much has snowballed because of that laning stage in Dire's favor.
RR here going to, again, try and stand the ground and hold off. I feel like right now, if you're Entity, you're still feeling great about this game. Remnant, took him a little while to get back. He did go for the -25 Remnant restore time, actually.
Yep. It's the one I see the most for sure on Ember. Any other 25s other than the 2 Dire carries? No. Marana got Mana Break, Leap, Health. Pretty normal. Maybe the health less normal, but she had a slow start, so health is fine.
The Wind Ranger getting towards 20.
That's definitely good.
Tinker, March the Machines damage. You need it now, that's for sure.
The 20 on Wind Ranger feels really nice since the gem is no longer on Slack, it's on Marana, so Slack can't really solo kill you when you can just go invis. They didn't end up breaking base with any Serpent Wards, and it feels hard to do so. You're against the familiars. If you just drop boards on high ground, they'll very easily and quickly get cleared out unless you've won a team fight off of it. So it is a farming passive Aegis for now. No big commitment.
Tried to go for the bird stun there. Does not quite connect. If you get hit by that as an Ember, that's not the way it's supposed to be.
No.
Oh, Joe Beasy. He's learned one too many times. Get the heck out of there.
Yeah. How's that blink? Prioritizing that strong initiation. Glimmer Cape should definitely be considered against this Tinker, so you can, similar to what Wind Ranger is going to do against the Slack with the Invis, just be able to stay alive. But it's got an Invis rune now of his own. See how he can fare initiating in these fights.
And again, you look at the way that this graph goes. It was that one fight that happened that sort of started the tilt down, and now 25,000 net worth. It just feels like holding the map now has so much more value than it did before with the bounty runes, the entire team. You can obviously do the farming out the jungle and all the lanes.
It's a much safer way to win and end games. And the nice thing is, even if your carries are taking all the farm on the map and pushing lanes, you're securing bounty runes. That's gold for everyone. Yeah. So gradually over time, even supports will get decent farm just by controlling the map.
GPM talent on Tusk. It's nice.
Yeah. Is that what you do? You look at who has more GPM talents. Okay, we've got more. We play it slow. Visage had his removed, so no Radiant GPM talents, right?
Yeah. I don't think so.
Shaman does not have one. Here's the XP.
There's the XP talent for Bane, 40%.
Okay.
I don't think that the Tidehunter takes his. That Kraken Shell, or rather the Anchor Smash damage reduction is pretty good.
Yeah. I'd probably get... Yeah, oh yeah, instead of the XP one, yeah.
Yeah.
I've seen a bit of both. Against the Slark, you can always Dark Pact it off. So that's where maybe this doesn't feel quite as nice, but you can always time it after a Dark Pact, so it may just... Even if it reduces it for a couple of seconds, it could save you some damage. Marana using the tomes now, trying to get that level 25. Also getting an MKB.
It always makes me a little bit nervous when these guys go for buying out without any money for buyback, but
You know what it says?
what's that?
We're waiting next Roche.
Okay, that's
I
what
mean,
it's telling ya.
they got last Roche and did nothing with
Yeah.
it. Like, that's okay. Nothing's perhaps a bit harsh. They maintained map control. They maintained bounty rune control, but they did not push high ground. So they are definitely waiting next Roshan. And even then, we'll have to wait and see. They're waiting pickoffs. Like it's you're versing Tinker. Like how easy it's to push into Tinker? Not easy at all. With that said, this Tinker, I'm surprised Tinker doesn't have buyback. I think that's the hero that really should in a game like this. You're playing defensive. You're in your high ground. If you die, game is over. If you have buyback, yeah, you fall further behind, but you don't just automatically lose. And having a level 2 Dagon instead of level 1 just doesn't seem, big enough difference to justify not having buyback on Tinker.
Yeah. And it's also now 42 minutes in, going to continue to eclipse the net worth lead, but it's
Right.
also double runes.
Smoke up in the top lane. Just 2 hero smoke. I'm not sure what the plan is here. They just want to kill this support, it looks like.
Maybe had an inkling that he was hiding out in the side jungle there.
Yep. Bane is sentries. They may just deward a couple things here. They're pinging
Oh.
the other spot.
Look at this, though, the wraparound
They're gonna
coming.
get punished, it looks like.
They find 2 of them there. They do have a Ravage still if they want to use it. Still looking
Where's
for
the
that
BKB?
opening.
Tusk getting pretty low, but Lotus Orbs off the Solar Crest.
Not bad. Chase forward for more. They're looking for the kill up top here. They have found the Bane, and he at least is going to die. Now, do they find any more off the
Slark's
back of this?
back in. He's on the Tide. He's getting a lot of essence.
Oh my god, he's
He's
tearing
just
them
solo
apart.
kill Tide. That leap duration, 3 seconds plus 3 second pounce leech, just destroyed Tide. With the Silver Edge break, there was just no escape. And Greaves was on cooldown too. Ooh.
Yeah. Well, there is a buyback on Tidehunter, and they have BKBs down. But, again, they're playing it safe.
Hey.
Going to go get Roche. Refresher Shard.
Ain't about that push. Slark's BKB is down, so that's reason enough to back off. Who gets the refresher?
What's
Double-
Joby's?
Double Serpent Wards, I guess. Does
Yeah.
have mana problems, but who else uses it? No one except perhaps Slark. And I don't think Slark's an amazing refresher here. He's like an okay one. Double BKB, double ulti, but without the item slots, it just doesn't make sense.
Jobeezy gets an item for himself. It's been a while.
Yeah. Free one-time refresher, that's something.
Yeah.
He's got the Ags queued up now. He says, look, maybe this is our way to end this game. Ags, refresher. We don't have problems maintaining map control and getting a gold lead. We have problems breaking the high ground. Tinker marches, heat-seeking missile spam. Well, Serpent Wards, they ain't going to die to the march. We'll die to familiars, but if you get Ags double wards down, you may just kill those familiars before they kill your wards. Or you just kill the buildings. Even though you feed your wards away, if you just do enough building damage, it still seems justified.
Still a little ways away from a tome to get towards that level 20 talent,
Yep.
which can make a very big difference.
I'd like to see the carry stop buying all the wards for Shaman. I think he just is in a place where he can benefit more from the gold than heroes like Slack or Ember.
Spot out that Hex there on the Ember.
Yeah. Doesn't have buyback, though. He's 1,000 gold short and doesn't have Aegis either, so see how much they want to chance the high ground push. Does look like they want to go for it. Arcane Rune, still a decent duration left on the Ember Spirit.
Looking for that opening. They're moving in under the cover of Moonlight Shadow. Jobeezy, double wards, yes please. Familiar's trying to take it
Familiars
out.
will pretty quickly kill them.
Oh, and there it is. The Hex out immediately. Tidehunter gone. No Ravage. Buys back immediately. Can they kill him off in time? BKB still available. Oh, the Slarks is about to wear off in a second here, or rather Marana. Chasing forward for RR, seeing if they can kill him off. And
Black
actually,
getting low.
Black
Has
gets
the
the
ultimate
Dark
still.
Backs.
Serpent Ward should be able to finish off the melee racks, but Familiar's coming back in. Good damage being done.
Oh, they caught the Tinker, though. And Tinker dead, as you mentioned. No buyback. And with
Yeah.
that should be the end of this game. As long as they can kill off the Familiars.
Well,
GG called.
This one, not a fake GG. This one intended, as game 1 goes the way of Entity. This is a best of 3. And that will wrap it up here. Entity still looking very solid, very well-rounded, this team, and even against one of the stronger opponents in this qualifier, still showing great results.
At the end of the day, 30,000 net worth lead. They were doing it to it.
Yeah.
Do we have any updates about the other ones as well?
Results-wise, let's see. Looks like some of the SAS games have started. They would have started about half an hour ago. So Southeast Asia 2. Looks like game 1 of Battle Arena Elite Sterling Dragons is live, but not... Oh, it's over. Sterling Global Dragons took game 1
Okay.
against BAE. They picked a Visage, but they won with it.
They took out... Wow. That's really impressive if they're able to take that. Okay. So the grand finals games here are taking place. I do believe that this is going to be the end of our stream, though.
Yeah. I think we're going to pass it over so we can maybe just go to a break, and then we'll coordinate with the European Amsterdam hub. OD Pixel, Shiva, and JJ going to be carrying out the rest of... Well, not the rest of the day, but they're going to be maybe doing some SEA and then some Europe stuff. And be sure to tune there. If you want to keep watching like the dedicated cast of these games, because they might be doing some Europe stuff, check that Twitch directory to find the other casters and streamers who will be doing those games.
Absolutely.
So, yeah. It's been fun.
Absolutely. Been a ton of fun. And guess what? More fun. The closed qualifiers are finishing up right after this. They're going to start up. It's happening. It's going to be crazy. Are you prepared?
I'm prepared. Regionals will be good. Yeah. I'm ready to see some Fnatic Dota, some TNC. I want to see more TNC Tigers.
Yeah.
I feel like we got robbed. You know, we had a couple good days of them, and then they just disappear. And then I'm like, man, I want to see more. Which we get. We get more of that tomorrow. And LD Synderen, of course, will be casting on BTS 2, guys. So it's not just Owen, Shiva, and JJ. You can also listen to LD Synderen. I think they don't start for another half an hour. So come back in half an hour on BTS 2 if you want to check them out. But plenty of options. Plenty of options.
All right. See you guys mañana. Have a good one, everybody. And continue to enjoy the EU Hub. Adios.